Hey, it's your girl Alex, and I'm not officially back, but I wanted to make a reading for whomever needed it. So here we go. Ooh, star card and the Eight of Wands. A wish is about to be granted for many of you to get this reading. Look at that. I'm not conceited. Eight of Cups, King of Cups, that's Scorpio. Five of Wands. Ooh, Eight of Swords, Five of Cups. Knight of Swords. Ooh, child, what is going on over here? I like this layout, by the way. This is you versus them, I guess. So somebody is wishing for some sort of message or action or movement from you. I mean, if that don't say it, I don't know what is. There was some sort of disagreement and or argument, or Judge Judy's word, which is not really her word, but I love when she says it. A kerfuffle, right? And that has left someone in their head deeply depressed, almost like reviewing every word that was said, everything that was done. And in the end, the Emperor's like, get control of yourself, Robbie. Ooh, Eight of Swords. Ooh, Five of Pentacles. This is ugly. And then look at them raggedy ass fives out here. You got Eight of Swords, all right. Eight of Swords. What is going on? Two of Swords. Page of Pentacles. Okay. You know, anytime I see the Page of Pentacles, aside from being a job offer, which this really could be, Page of Pentacles to me is offering the olive branch, right? It's a solid beginning offer, right? I'll pay you $3,000 for a $5,000 item. We'll start the bidding at $3,000. That's the Page of Pentacles. Now, where we go from there, ooh, child, that's up to you and them. You got the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups. That is Taurus and Scorpio. That is double Virgo. So we got the Nine of Swords. Okay. That's the Ten of Pentacles. That is the Four of Wands. Now, this is what I don't like. The King of Cups, Five of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. I feel like this is somebody, maybe this King of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, right? I feel like somebody that you have been dealing with, who you stopped dealing with, is feeling very Five of Pentacles, right? And it's almost like I'm hearing if I only had Scorpio, if I only had Taurus, I could be, then I could. Now, here's the buffoonery. This person is the Five of Pentacles, but they're looking for Taurus or Scorpio to come in, right? To help fill them and fulfill them. Now, the reason why I have a problem with that is because we are all supposed to be 100%, right? So if you're approaching me with 50%, Carl, turn back around, right? Because I'm only going to acknowledge you when you're on my level, right? If I'm at 82%, you coming at me at 42%, turn back around, tell your story walking. So that's the problem that I have, is that someone is trying to approach these kings on their thrones, but they're trying to approach with Five of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups. No sirree, Bob or Barbara. All right, I'm getting, ooh, child. That's the Emperor. Ooh. That's Leo, strength. Page of Wands. Ace of Wands. Wow. Six of Cups. Somebody wants to come back. Good googly goose. Member collective. I almost said Scorpio. Okay, so the star card has everything to do with wishing, hoping, redemption, praying. The star card comes out after the Tower. So it's almost like revelations. Something is being realized. Three of Pentacles, that we work better together than we do apart. But I'm stressed out right now. I haven't, Eight of Wands, have all these thoughts. Eight of Swords, I have all these thoughts. I have all these things I want to say. Ten of Pentacles, it's, you know, these things I want to say are to help get us back right on the right track. And I know, my angels just said, how can you speak Ten of Pentacles language with the Five of Pentacles heart or a Five of Pentacles mentality, right? That's almost like, how could you wish to hit the lottery if you don't know how to manage or balance your checkbook, if people still do that, right? So it's almost like, how are you asking for something that you want, need, and or desire, but you're not prepared for it? You don't know how to manage it. And angels are like, listen, it happened all day long, all night too, Alex. Sometimes people be asking for Ferraris and they can't drive fucking Hondas, girl. Shout out to my Honda drivers, no offense, but Ferrari is a beast. Okay, all right. Right, you go from 4 cylinders to fucking 12. Ah. Anyway, let me get back to my reading. Yeah, I just keep hearing Robin Thicke, Lost Without You, King of Cups, that's Scorpio with the Five of Pentacles. So the King of Cups, Scorpio, you're good in the hood. Whoever you're dealing with is feeling a little shitty. Four of Wands, because something came crumbling down. Now, y'all know, or at least my Scorpios, you know that you're a King of Cups, you're the Tower, you're the Death card. So you sitting pretty here as the King of Cups. Did you institute a Tower or a Death card? Did you blow up something and allowed it to die? And I feel like you did, and whomever you did it with is feeling it. Now we got the Five of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Emperor in the middle. Whatever this situation was, what caused it to come crumbling down was because, oh, child, I heard somebody felt like they had authority over you. And that just says to me, like, they didn't think you was going to leave. They think you would put up with their shit. They thought you was that tower, or like they could just do a bunch of shit and you wouldn't, like, sting their tower into oblivion. Ooh, ooh. They feeling it now, though, because I got these 3 fives here. The Five of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and the Five of Cups. The only 5 that's not here is the Five of Swords, and you don't want that one on the table. Angels are like, but hold up, a boogie, because you got the 9 of Swords here. So somebody is stressed out, can't sleep at night, you know, worried, anxious, because they were wishing for something to work out. But angels are saying, again, there are 2 parts of something working out. There's your part and there's their part. So I'm trying not to flash, give you the bird. So if you did your part, but they didn't do their part, then something can't work out, right? So I kind of feel like whatever this situation was, whomever this situation was involved, 10 of Pentacles, they thought it was going to go the distance. I mean, King of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. So whomever this is with the 6 of Cups, they're wanting to come back to get things back under control. Does that mean you too? They want to get you back under control? Then at the end of the day, do they need to control their own asses? I'm just asking, right? But you got the 8 of Swords here twice. So that to me kind of says that you both had very strong perspectives. Maybe you both were stubborn. Maybe you both were strong-willed. Maybe you were, you know, very opinionated, very, you know, again, you had your own perspective on things and you weren't willing to negotiate. I do have the Emperor here twice. That kind of, you know, implies maybe a little rigidity, okay? Especially in the mental space. So maybe you just had 2 different perspectives, and that's what caused these 5s to go firing off, right? There was rejection and loneliness and sadness. There was arguments and disagreements. There was some triggering from the past. It's just all kinds of bullshit. Now, here's the wonderfully horrible outcome to this entire scenario. Until you and your person comes out of this perspective, when they come back to offer this olive branch, you guys are going to have a brand new beginning, a brand new cycle, of the same cycle that just passed. Okay, all right. Right? Because it's almost like, I kind of feel like, to an extent, Eight of Swords, and the Two of Swords, right? Two of Swords could be somebody was blocked, right? It's communication, somebody was blocked from any sort of new beginning. But somebody's going to take a different approach. I gotta go. All right. If they're going to take a different approach to the same problem. Right? So it's almost like, nah, I didn't change my perspective. I'm just speaking it now in a different language. It's the same fucking thing. Right? No, I don't think that dogs should be kept in the house. Fuck off. Right? That's, to me, the two different perspectives. And I know there was a huge disagreement about some sort of rules, or, rules of engagement or approach, or how things are going to be done, and the way we're going to communicate, and who we're going to be, and what kind of house we're going to buy, and where we're going to live. Ooh, child, somebody was too controlling. Angels are saying, they just said, and then there were two. So you both could have been controlling, and that always works out. Sarcasm. I know, my angels just said, baby, where the queens at? Oh my God. My angels just said, this is a sausage fest, right? Masculine, masculine, masculine. Even the Six of Wands, masculine, 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 titties. Behind some tape, right? So, yeah, my angels are, I know. I don't want to go there. I know. The angels just said, I'll clean it up. They said too many cooks in the kitchen, right? Too many cooks in the kitchen. If everybody's cooking, who the hell is eating? Who's serving? Who's washing the dishes? Yeah, whatever this is, there was a bumping of the heads by two strong personalities. Scorpio, Taurus, Aries, Virgo. Give me another one. Aquarius? All right. All right. Radiance and waterfall, effortless. So radiance is the sun, and then waterfall. Yeah, fire and water. This could have been between Capricorn, Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces, or Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Fire and water. Well, there you go. Those are, let me tell you something. Too much heat, right? Too much fire is going to boil that water, right? If there's no fire, the water is going to evaporate. So I don't know who this is. Again, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Y'all try to come together and y'all just keep burning each other out, or keep evaporating each other out. Look, my angels said y'all coming together as fire and water and creating air. I gotta go. Vulnerability. Ooh. Meadow. Ooh. 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 Again, too much masculine energy here. Music, harmony, flow. Yeah, look at that. So my angels just said, and this is not, do not pay attention to gender, but my angels said, in this universe, I've always said this, and they just continue to confirm, matter is always, its life form is over polar opposites, masculine, feminine, white, black, sun, moon, right? There's an equal and polar opposite to all energy, because energy was created from itself, okay? So when it's split into two, one went masculine, one went feminine. That's just an example, okay? So in this situation, energy didn't split into two and become two masculines, because creativity could not take place if they were two masculines, okay? Think about masculine and feminine, and in the form of reproduction, right? Two men cannot give birth. Two women cannot give birth, right? Or procreate, I should say, okay? In whatever this situation is, again, there are a lot of masculine energy. the Oracle cards basically says, zhuzh it up, right? Add some vulnerability, some femininity, some softness, some emotion, some love into the situation to help balance it out. If not, you'll continue to stay in these fives, by the way. All right. Anything here? Angels, Six of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and the Emperor. That offer from the Page of Pentacles ain't gonna mean diddly squat, right? If again we don't get the control, if we don't introduce the Queen of the Empress, and we just have two emperors, baby, it's gonna be a power struggle until the cows come home. Anyway, I'm gone. Love you guys. Bye.